Right then, welcome to this quiz presentation on making a timer. Let's have a look at my slides so far. I've got my title, my introduction, there's my question, my 4 answers, there's my correct slide that it goes to if you get the right answer, and there's the wrong slide if you get the 3 wrong answers, and there's my button to go back. So I'm going to make a timer that counts down. So you're only going to get 30 seconds to answer this question, and if you don't answer it in 30 seconds, it goes on to the wrong slide. So the first timer I'm going to make is a countdown clock shape. So how do I do it? Well, I go to Insert and Shape, and I select a circle, and I drag and I draw it here, like that. That's going to be my background color, my color that's revealed, my shape that's revealed. And I'm going to copy it, I'm going to paste it and put the other circle on top. And then I'm going to change the color of that. I'm just going to choose this color. So there we go. So what's going to happen is this is going to disappear gradually, and you'll see the clock, the circle behind it. So how do I make this disappear? Well, I need to use an animation. So I go to Animations. Now normally we're used to animations for things appearing. We want this to disappear. So I need to click on the down arrow by More and go to Exit Animations. And if I move my mouse over, you can see how the actual shape disappears. Now the one that we want is wheel. There we go. So I click on it, and over in my animation pane, which I select by clicking on animation, you can see the animation is there. But do you notice that it says on click, which means this animation won't work in our quiz presentation because we're on kiosk mode. So let's go and change this. Double click on my animation. It's set on 1 spoke, which is like a clock. You could have more than 1 spoke. I'm going to go to Timings. Now, I don't want it to be on click. I'm going to have it with previous, which means it will start automatically. You go on to that slide. How long does it last for? Well, if I click on the down arrow, we've got up to 5 seconds, which I don't want because my timer is 30 seconds. So I just type in 30 like that. Click off it. Oops, 30. There we go. And click OK. So you can see it plays and it's going for 30 seconds. So what's the next step? Well, the timer looks good on its own, but we really want to have some music with it. So I found 30 seconds of music, and the music I've got is an MP3 file. Now that means that you cannot attach it to the shape. You're going to have to attach it or add it to the slide. So let's go and add that. I go to Insert, I go to Audio, and I've already gone to my music area and quiz, and here's my countdown music. It's from the Channel 4 program. Click Insert, and you can see it adds in the little icon here. What you might not notice is up here it adds in 2 new tabs, which is very important because we need to use these. Click on Playback, and I am going to rewind so the sound plays again if I have to go back to it. I'm going to hide the icon during the show so people don't actually see that irritating little icon. And then most importantly, it's got Start on Click. Now of course we know on click won't work, so click on the down arrow and I'm going to put in automatically. So is that it working? Well, let's have a look in the animation pane. Do you notice that when you say start automatically, it goes to after the previous shape, which is a bit daft because we don't want the music appearing after the timer has changed. So I'm going to have to go and change the features here. So double click on it, and I'm going to go straight to timing, and rather than have it on after previous, with previous, which means it's going to happen at the same time as my shape changes. Click OK, and you can see, look, there we are. So does it work together? Well, the only proof of that is to play it. So I'm going to do Shift and F5. And there you go. Can you see? You might not be able to hear it perfectly well, but the music is changing as the timer goes down. So let's press Escape. I'm happy with that. So if they don't answer in time, they need to go to the wrong answer, and it needs to go automatically. The only way of doing that is by using a slide transition. So we go up to transitions like this, and we go over across to this feature here. Now when you get this feature, it will be set probably to something that looks like this. So what you've got to do is unclick on mouse click, tick on the square box, and then choose the time that you want the slide to appear for before it moves to the next slide. Now, my timer is 30 seconds, so this should be set to about 30 seconds, but I know in the past that actually, because of the program, you probably need to put a little bit less. You have to have a little play with that experiment to see what time suits best. I'm going for 25 seconds. So my slide is now going to go on for 25 seconds. This is going to change. The timer is going to go on. The music's going to play. And if I get it wrong, if I don't answer, it's going to go to the next slide. So what is my next slide? Well, look, my next slide is correct. Well done. That's not going to work. So what I have to do is drag up the sorry, wrong answer, so that it goes automatically to there. Remember, only if I don't click one of those buttons. So let's try it out. Shift and F5. Can you see that the sound icon isn't here? My countdown clock is slowly counting down. Remember, I set the transition at 25 seconds. And this music is going to play for 30 seconds. Let's see how good it is. Does it move on fairly at the same time? Here we go. About 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad at all. So there we go. There is how to set up a timer with some sound to make it automatic through transitions to go to the next slide. Please, please, please remember about changing the animations. That's most important. That's probably the one thing that you'll find if your timer doesn't work that you haven't changed. If you want to watch the next video, it's about making different types of countdown timers, but that's me done.